thought you were gonna do like 1, 2, 3 live, but okay. Clearly.
We live.
Man.
All right.
The cat got easy. The cat got everybody too.
All right, so what's the first topic?
Why do men not hold women hand in public?
All right. Well, I didn't know that was a problem. If you want me,
It's a major problem.
well, I have no clue why they wouldn't. You know, I mean, that's your woman. Unless you want a man to come up and scoop it, then you know that's on you. But I think it's more a mature thing. I think more of an older couple or older people recognize the significance of holding your other partner. You know, you gotta show some affection at some point at all points of the relationship, because if you don't, somebody out there that will. You know, but you know that's new to me.
That ain't new here. You see
I
that
haven't.
every night at the club.
They holding something else, but you know, they ain't in my business. So, but you know, I never thought it was a problem. But I think it's important, if it is a problem, that that the relationship should be able to show that affection towards each other. That's what keep it going. That's what keep it relationship strong. I should be able to hold my woman hand. We got so that's a problem. You got a problem. It's depending on the situation.
That's what I'm about to say. Maybe that ain't his woman.
Thank you.
So that's the only thing I can gather from it, because I don't really see a lot of men hold women hands. I'm just me personally. I don't see it a lot, and so maybe that's their side piece. I don't know, you know, and they just want to hold each other. They don't want to be seen out in public with each other,
so
they keep that distance. She up there, he back there. He in the back, she in the corner. So I guess it depends on the situationship, which is a lot of that going on.
What is situationship?
Situationship? I mean, it's not a relationship. It's just a situation going on at this point.
Is that what women do?
That's not a gender specific thing. It's what two people may come together to decide that they want to do, is create a situationship.
That's what a woman just said, so I'm just trying to make
No, and I just clarified that it's something that between two people that they may decide that they want to do. That's what that usually is. If I'm wrong,
they don't want to be in a relationship. So if you're in a relationship, but you have different situations. Like you're not official, but this my boo I'm gonna hang out with today. We gonna kick it at the park, or we gonna kick it at the club, but I got my man at home, or something to that scenario.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
Men just use a different terminology than situationship. This might be my main. Okay, this may be my side, but this is my main. The names are just different. Kids are the new day and age, the word is situationship. But for those who kind of been in the millennial, they use a different terminology for what that means.
I forgot what they call it.
To me, that sounds like tricking.
Ain't no tricking.
How?
That sounds like tricking, because you got somebody at the house and you understand what they saying. So
it's a mutual understanding.
It's not. Let me tell you something. The way they just put it, it's a lot of that going around, and they think that stuff was what it is now, until something happens.
Right.
Like what?
Bring home some of that woman, or somebody catch feelings that need to. Hey, baby, look, we was just doing our thing, you know. Once we got our contract, now you breached that contract. Oh no,
contract.
Well, you know, I'm just saying, like, hey, look, we ain't gonna let this go
no further
than what it is. We're not gonna catch feelings.
But what if feelings do get involved?
Well, it should be. Let me tell you something. In that situation, if you ever get a woman like that, it should be feelings involved. Because you land with this woman, you should respect her. You should treat her like a woman. But that's the problem with having that, because you got your woman over here that you should be respecting. So it's total just messed up shit stuff. You shouldn't even put that. You shouldn't be even doing it. But if you do it, depending on where you and your significant other at, being if you're married, you shouldn't be doing. Not gonna condone that. Shouldn't have no situationship. Now, if you've been with this woman and y'all in and out, you feeling each other different type of ways. May be good in November, but you're going through hell in December, and we ain't good to February. Then you know what? We need to reevaluate the situation. Right. That's when you get the situationship. But then sometimes, you know, like the place I work, that's what some of them got. And they with that stuff. So I don't think it's healthy, mentally or physically. And I think you when you that shouldn't be a long term thing. Now, if something just happened and y'all feeling y'all in y'all little phase or whatnot, and I gotta touch you every other Friday, or, you know what I'm saying? That's cool, but don't let it go over, because once that mug overflow, oh Lord, we have a problem.
I don't think there's clear communication when people talk, when they meet each other. I don't think there's no clear indication as to what are we doing here. Yeah. Because when you start getting into, well, what are we doing here?
That's when
people get nervous. People act like they, you know, all of a sudden it's deaf and dumb. I just don't know. I'm confused. I don't know what else to do. But when you're clear, and you're honest up front as to what it is you desire and what it is you want, a lot of the extra fluff we can keep down. That's just in my opinion. But nowadays, people are not being honest. Exactly. People are not being straightforward, because some of this stuff can be eliminated. Exactly. If we can just say, hey, this is where I'm at in my life. This is what I want. This is what I don't want. Yeah. Because sometimes, this is just through experience, I've seen where guys feel like the need to lie instead of being honest and say, hey, I'm not really looking for that right now. Yeah. Or, hey, you know, because of the position and things you have going on, like with me, I'm in church. There are men who don't want that type of place of being out in the line. I don't want to be with a woman that's in church type thing, right? Yeah. But it's best for you to be upfront and say it than to be in a place of selfish gain and continue to pursue a thing, knowing that your intentions are not pure. And that's vice versa, even with a man. If a man comes and tells a woman, hey, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I want, this is what I require, you can respect a man at the end of the day to say, that ain't something I want to do. Then to play along and allow myself to go through something that I shouldn't be going through.
A lot of dudes ain't gonna do it because they just in it for the sex. Right. So they ain't gonna ever just come out and just tell you what they want.
I think right now, men our age, you know, they'll do it. Especially they ain't got nothing to lose. You see what I'm saying? So I'm telling you.
Yeah, they ain't got nothing to lose.
They ain't got nothing to lose. That woman over there don't want him, and he feel it. That's why I always say the affection, to tell each other I love you, you know, trying to better each other, that come into play. But when you turn that blind eye to one little situation, may it be touching that man, telling him you love him, doing for that man, and vice versa with the men. When you sit there and don't acknowledge that woman, and she don't tell her she's beautiful, and next thing you know, somebody else doing it, then you're gonna have some problems. Yeah, and I think that's why it's so important. That way you don't want to get in a situation. Now, being that man, say, you know what? I don't want to lie no more. Tell her straight up, baby, this is what we can do. Every Wednesday, we can meet over there, we can have our fun.
Tweet it in.
But we can have our fun, we can do our thing, baby. But you know, I mean, I'm here for you. We got mutual understanding. We good. If you ever feel like if I ever feel like I lie to you, there's something going on with me. I'm getting too close.
With the side piece, right?
Yeah. So if I got lied to her, like you ever think about it? Yeah, I think about you every day. You know what I'm saying? But if I ever say, do you love me? Damn, baby, I got love for you. But as far as being in love with you, I'm not, you know. But sometimes you get caught up in that. She might have did something good for you that last 5 minutes ago. And you be like, man, I better tell her, hey, I love you, girl. You know what I'm saying? Then you got yourself in a hole. Don't get caught up in that moment. Tell her, you know, yeah, she might have done something real good to you. Yeah, shit. Yeah, I love you, good. God dang. You know I do. Then you come back 2 weeks later. I ain't never told you that, you know. But I think if you're in that situation, it's better to tell the truth and be truthful at all times, rather than hurt and stir up a whole bunch of trouble that you can't clean up. Because once that woman's scoring, Lord have mercy. And some of these men are going crazy too. stalking these women and killing them. Man, I'm not doing all that. First of all, I'm not going to hell. Ain't no woman got that good of stuff to make me kill me and her and everything, man. No.
Now, what kind of stuff you talking about? We talking about people in America. They don't understand.
Well, shoot, that
Asian whiskey.
that tight, that gripper. And when you get a hold of that gripper, you don't know what you got. Like I tell them boys, them girls got talents just as well as us. And once they put that grip on you, think, hey man, let me tell you something. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. So, don't fall for it. I appreciate it, but I don't think it's a good idea to have situationships. Me personally, because I don't want to ever. But if we ever cross the line, we cross that line. And if we ever trip and cross the line again, that's just, it's just what it is. And until we decide, well, you know what, I'm done with this one, I'm with you, then I don't think we should just hold ourselves to that high standard.
See, a lot of women, they'll do that too, is have sex with multiple men, like you were saying, that grip.
Yeah.
A lot of dudes fall in love with how that shit feel, how she gripping it, how it's wet. That's weak. That's for women. A woman's supposed to feel that way. A man, you can like it, but a man ain't supposed to fall in love with it. Because you got to have multiple women. If you don't have multiple women, you're going to fall in love with that cat. All the subliminal message of what she doing, so she going to have a hold over you. She going to know it because, damn, that little bitty thing that her little vagina do be right there in your head. That's what will ruin your ass and have your ass in the jail. And so because of that one little thing she do with her cat. Huh? Yeah, but no, that's whatever she do with her thing, that be on the man's mind. What they call it subliminal messages. Now, for women, that's supposed to be for her. She's supposed to have that in her mind. Damn, that nigga dick was all in my cat. Oh, it felt so good. She's supposed to have that on her mind every day. Like, man, that helmet head was. That's for women to feel that. That's what you call love. Now, man, you can like it. Oh yeah, she had that good, but you falling in love with it all day long, thinking about that cat and what she did, or how she sucked it up, how wet it is. That's when you become weak. That's when you become a simp. Because now you finna beg for that cat, boy. Whatever she do, where you going, baby? Where you going? Why? Because of what she did with that thing. You can get it out your mind, buddy. Fuck that cat.
So is that like for somebody a situationship or in a marriage?
I don't matter what it is.
It
could be a situationship. It could be a hoe. It could be your wife.
If you with a person who you say you love and you're married to and you're committed to,
yeah,
and you cannot be vulnerable enough to say how this woman makes you feel in and out of the bed, then that's the area of pride, in my opinion. This is just in my opinion.
You talking about my
area of pride? Why we talking about marriage?
Oh, you talking about my wife?
He was saying, regardless if it was marriage or not, that you should still have that mindset. If you said a situationship or you're just dating, but when you're in a marriage and you can't really be vulnerable and intimate with your woman and tell her how she make you feel, or vice versa, then that's an area of pride that's in operation, because that means I don't even have you 100%. I only got pieces of you at this point in a marriage. I see what you're saying, situation. But in a marriage, I got pieces of you because I don't know if I'm really pleasing you the way you say. Because you're not verbalizing it with me. So now I'm only getting pieces of who you are. And to me, what does that do for me? I'm giving you 100%, telling you how well you're doing in the bed. But now I can't get that in return in the marriage. So that means now, where do we stand?
That's how you want your women to feel, like this. This is how you want her to be like, damn, man, why he ain't doing this? Why he ain't doing that? Why he ain't giving back? That's how you want your woman to feel. Because if she not feeling like that, bro, she gonna cheat on your ass.
Oh my God.
No, I mean, it's good. It's good to let your wife know. Hey, baby.
It's an egotistic way.
I tell her
that you shouldn't tell you. It's an egotistic, selfish way for a person to feel like I don't need to let my woman know how she's pleasing me, because the way women operate. Because if a man really have the ability to study a woman, he should know that that's to an advantage to say, okay, she's going to do more. The fact that she knows that he is pleasing her, she's going to now say, now my husband said I'm doing man, now we're going to kick this thing up a notch. But when you withhold from her and you say keep her mind going, that's a whole nother entity that's very selfish in a sense, in my opinion. It's very selfish.
Even building a relationship. If you're trying to build a relationship and establish to the marriage point, you should be open, making yourself vulnerable up to a certain extent until you get into that marriage. Because how you know if that marriage or that relationship is gonna actually work if you're not expressing equally your emotions.
You're not ready for
See,
marriage.
that's why I said
You're
man.
just not ready.
That's why I said a man should not play house. Because if you play house, you're gonna be vulnerable, and vulnerable is for women. You're supposed to be masculine. Women supposed to be vulnerable.
But yeah, I mean, I understand what y'all saying pretty much. Communication and everything. The way you communicate with the relationship is very important as far as sex, just understanding each other, knowing how to talk to each other, knowing what my woman like, knowing what I like. Now keep the situationship far away. If I tell my old lady, look, baby, I need some of that tonight, she gonna be ready to go and she gonna appreciate that because my man, he been vocal, he been straight up with me. And as long as I keep him happy, I know he's gonna stay away from that other thing.
Well, Chills, I gotta say this. It's a lie.
Why is a lie, Mike?
It's a lie.
Not telling your woman how you feel.
We were talking a little bit about this earlier before the show. Me and other people in this room when you was 25 minutes late.
What's up with?
A woman gonna do what she want to do. A man gonna do what she want to do.
She gonna walk over.
Love. You say we're in love, but sometimes we don't have the financial. We don't have the financial to please that woman with the nails, with this $300 to $700 hair that I can't afford.
So that woman, you need
it's poor choices of women.
And
that's what it boiled down to. I think it's the type of women that some men are choosing.
Yeah.
A woman will tell you who she is within the first 30 days of you really meeting a woman. But some of the surface stuff you'll see on the surface of a woman, and even when she starts to talk, you know what you're dealing with. Yeah. Some of this, we have to take ownership of our own responsibilities of things that we do, the decisions that we make. When we're concerning the mate, we have to make ownership of. You know the type of woman, when you seen this woman on the surface, an idea of what she was capable of or who she was, but you thought you was big and bad. And you thought that you could conquer this. Ooh. And then when you see that you couldn't conquer it, and it diminished your insides, now is, I can't measure up. Sir, you knew when you seen this woman that you couldn't measure up the first 30 days, but you thought that you was a big boy. And you want to play them games. And then when things came full circle on you, your feelings is hurt. You feel me?
Oh, look, one thing before you go, Joe. I understand what you're saying. You know who you're dealing with. When you take out on that first date, and can I get in? Hey, I already know you. And guess what? You ain't going to get a call back the next day. It's simple.
That's called new meat.
Huh?
That's called new meat.
The representative. I'm sorry, representative.
Well, I'm just saying that.
The representative.
Come on, Joe. What you got?
I was picking back what she was saying.
You've been pretty quiet today, Latoya. I think you
don't start.
Don't start.
Oh, I lost my train of thought now.
Latoya, you might need to change these seats around.
Stop
it. Man, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah. No, in this realm, men don't choose. Women choose.
I like that.
They got so many dudes in their phone, so many dudes, they trying to figure out which dude they want. So the one that they go for is the one that's chasing. The dude that's thirsty. The dude that want her so bad. That's the one she go for. And she catch all this hell and all this problem from the dude that was chasing her and wanted her. Now once she get in the bed, she realize, damn, this is not the nigga that I want. Well, because he all in love, he vulnerable, like y'all was saying. He got to do all this stuff that y'all say that a man's supposed to do. So once that man do it, y'all like, damn, I don't even like this no more. I don't even like that feeling. So now you ready to mess around and go to another dude. Why? Because he telling you how much he love you. He telling you how much he care. He vulnerable. He fall in love with the cat. You like, damn, bro, you ain't got no other options, man. Eventually, she gonna cheat on you. That's every woman that ever lived, bro. They gonna cheat on you. Get vulnerable with that woman if you want to. That's why you ain't supposed to take a woman's advice. Because they gonna give you the advice that they supposed to do, not what a masculine man supposed to do. A masculine man supposed to have multiple women. Period. That's the way the Lord designed it. That's the way it's supposed to be. No matter what the hell they say, that's what they do. They supposed to talk. But you got to be the man, bro. and make the changes. Not her, bro. Not her. Let's go for the WNBA. I'm just bring this up real quick. They keep on saying bring the goal down 9 foot. Y'all gotta go in there and do it. Don't ask the woman, hey man, do y'all want the goal to come down 10 foot? Because they gonna tell you hell no, but they gonna think they could do it. Y'all gotta go in there and make the changes. So a man gotta make the changes. Don't listen to a woman, oh, you gotta be vulnerable, man. You gotta tell her this, you gotta tell her that, and watch she gonna walk out and you gonna have another nigga in your bed.
God, no.
And I think that has to do with, once again, type of woman you choose, because women, we have a lot of women and men who are not healed. If a woman sees that a man is vulnerable and a man is expressing his love, his gratitude, a real woman, a woman of honor and stature, she's going to fall in line and she's going to love that man from a pure place when she's healed. If she's not healed, she has daddy issues, trauma, she done been abused,
right.
she done been, and to be honest with you, majority have been.
But she right. But how do you heal a woman? This is how you heal women.
A man can't heal a woman.
This is how you heal a woman. You get her a friend. You get her a sister. If this is my woman, I have me another woman here. I want to introduce you to Christina. That's how you heal that woman's mind, bro. So trying to play one-on-one is not gonna heal her. You gotta have you multiple women. That's the way the Lord designed it. I'm telling you from what the Lord wants you niggas to have. Listen to the woman.
So Joe, you tell me we supposed to have 2 women.
You gotta have. That's the only way you can heal that woman's mind, bro. That's the only way you can heal any woman's mind.
How does the other woman heal the other woman's mind? How does that
By
work?
teaching her how to love me.
But
if I got 3 women, where does she gotta go? If she not listening to my other women on how to treat me and please me, because I'm not doing no talking. I'm telling you, I'm not doing no talking. Mm-hmm. If she don't teach her, if she don't take heed to what my woman is telling her, she got to get her ass on. She got to go.
The main spokesperson for the women or something.
Well, if I have a virgin, she's gonna be my main spokesman. She's gonna be my woman because she's a virgin. I put my dick in her first, my seed in her first, so therefore she's my wife. Now the other women that already had sex, they done played the harlot, they played the hoe, so therefore she's in the role of the concubine. Oh, see the Lord over here, baby. This is what the Lord is. She played the role of a concubine, and the concubine you shall be until the missiles fall and the Lord save us and give us that new life. Then you'll become my wife. But here in this room, you just a regular freak. You're a concubine. You can be on my team. She can be on my team as my woman in the role of a concubine. She can never be my woman because some dudes already done fucked. They done already had her. She got DNA already inside of her vagina. So therefore, you cannot be my wife. Only way you can be my wife unless my DNA is inside of you first. And my penis go inside of you first, and I bust that pussy open and you bleed. And when you bleed, that's when you my wife. Other women is not my wife. So that virgin woman have my DNA inside of her. She's gonna be able to teach y'all how to handle, how to deal with a guy like me. I'm not gonna do no talking. She's gonna teach. That's why a man gotta have a virgin. So if a woman do come to you and she been already out and about having sex with different men, what she gotta do is when she come to you, she have to bring a gift. Meaning she got to bring a virgin within that pack. 7 women shall take, this is Isaiah chapter 4:1. 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying we shall eat our own bread and cook our own food with our own clothes. Only let us be called by thy name. That prophecy is going down right now. So these women got to come up to you. Don't go to them. It's going to be a group of women that's going to come to us. So don't worry about trying to go chase no one chick. That's why I'm telling y'all, don't be going for these dudes that want y'all. Because them niggas that want y'all, he ain't really got no option. He just want to have some sex. Period.
Man. So the verse you just said, Isaiah, that's what you said. That's what that's referring to.
Isaiah chapter, yes. This is the now time. Not back then. This is now. 7 women going because it's gonna be war. Ain't gonna be no man out there.
But are you pure?
Ain't about pure meaning spiritual.
Are you pure?
Yeah, pure meaning spiritual, meaning that you got to be renewed again.
Are you pure?
Yeah, pure. As in the spiritual, yeah. Meaning knowledge, yeah. That's what the Holy Ghost is, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So that's what pure means, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. The woman got to be pure, meaning her vagina. So the man got to be pure with the knowledge. The woman got to be pure with her vagina. If she's not pure with her vagina, she played the harlot. Therefore, she can only be, she can only play the role of a concubine.
Oh, man.
So on a topic about situationships and holding hands, how do y'all feel about that as far as, the holding of the hands? Is that a sign of vulnerability or lack thereof?
I'll say this. A lot of chicks don't like holding a man's hand. It be the chicks. They don't even want to hold a nigga's hand because they know this dude ain't real. They know he's stupid. They know he can't connect dots. She just putting on the front with this dude to walk around just pretend like she got a man, but knowing this dude's stupid, knowing he dumb as hell, knowing his IQ is low. So he be want to hold his hand. She like, man, you know what? I don't really want to hold your hand like that, bro. Because she not really in love with the dude. He in love. She's not in love with him.
Has that ever happened to you?
It have.
Where she was never in love and she didn't want to hold your hand?
They later on, they tried to, but at the beginning, I tried to hold her being weak. Holding her hand, I was all in love, so that's how I know from experience. And she was like pulling away from the shit. So I noticed that majority of men want to hold the hand of a woman. I ain't just speaking for me, I'm speaking to all the men. They want to hold the hand of that woman, but that chick ain't really feeling that nigga because he weak.
So that's what she said to you?
No, I'm just looking at how she handled me, how I was acting, and the way she was acting. I'm like, oh shit.
But you never got like an answer from her. That's why she did it.
Yeah, I ain't got to get no answer. You got to be spiritual with it. You can't ask no questions. Wait, baby, what am I doing? That's weak. That's a stupid nigga. He can't connect dots. Man. You got to figure this shit out for yourself. You got to be a masculine man and understand what's going on with your surroundings. Everything is spiritual. Everything.
Okay. So, what you got for the next topic, Mike?
That was the next topic you came into.
No, that was the first topic.
Into it.
That was what we've been talking about. What's the next one?
Anybody else got anything to say before we move on?
I gotta do my research.
You've been doing research 2 weeks.
Hey man, Joe just laid some stuff.
From last week.
I'm about to, what you mean on last week?
You don't even remember them.
I probably don't, Mike. But
so you were lying to the public.
About what?
You gonna go home and do your research with Joe talking about last week.
About the opioids and well, yeah.
Don't start on that.
We're not gonna get on that, but hey,
I mean, as always,
I told a couple women that.
There's always a
hey man, I gotta stay off them drugs.
Yeah,
they cussed me out, but at the end of the day, I just gave them the truth. Hey man,
hey,
yeah, stop taking them pills,
man. I'm telling you,
yes sir.
That's in the Revelations, 13th chapter, and I always tell people, when you read the Revelations, the 13th chapter. You read it from the top to the bottom. I'll tell all the brothers, when you read Revelations from the top to the bottom, you're going to get NATO and the EU. You're going to get Rome. You're going to get America. You're going to get the Chinese. You're going to get the war. America building the missiles. You're going to get all those, the empires. But once you read Revelations 13 from the bottom on up to the top, you see that the Lord, because he start with the pharmacy, he said that this is the number of the beast. Okay. Which is 666. Okay. Well, 666. Everybody know that 666 is a barcode. So now that we know that 666 is the barcode, so if you scan something, we know that that's 666 right there. It's within the barcode. 666 is always within the barcode. So when you do your research on barcode, put in barcode. Barcode goes back to marketing. So you're like, okay, then what was they marketing? What was they marketing? Find out that barcode was actually created in 1969 for heroin pills. When they finally started pushing pills, that came out for opiates. This was supposed to be for pills. So when you read Revelations 666, the number of the beast, once you do a lot of study, you find out that that's the pharmacy.
I'm gonna have to go back and do that.
Yeah, that's straight up pharmacy. So the Lord ain't with that, with them heroin. If they take a needle and they stick it in their right arm or in their foreheads. So, I mean, a lot of people, they shoot it up or they'll smoke it. They'll pop the pill or they'll snort it. So, amongst the black community, that's what they put in the hoods, is that shit. And once they put that in the hoods, that's the reason why black women act the way they act. Because of that shit. Black women are naturally good women, bro. But when you put that shit in the hoods, man, they become the devil. They become more, because they become more evil than the so-called white women and the so-called Spanish women when they take that shit. So that's the reason why they put that in the black community. And we try to figure out, hey man, why black women acting this way, or why these niggas acting, why black men can't connect dots, why this black woman always acting all masculine? Well, that's the fucking drugs. It ain't got nothing to do with their upbringing. It ain't got nothing to do with them childhood trauma and none of that shit. It's them drugs, man. It's them opiates. People that's acting stupid, nigga can't connect dots. Woman acting, she giving her cat all out to every goddamn about popping pills and popping pussy. Popping pills, popping pussy. That's where they come from, bro. A woman ain't finna get out there and pop that cat, bro. She ain't on that shit. No woman, bro. It doesn't exist. Ain't no girl in her right mind, bro. I don't care how many dudes she had. Ain't no girl in her right mind gonna sit there and go put that pussy on the corner, bro. If she on them pills, man, she gonna give that cat to everybody, bro. She gonna have all kind of excuses, manipulating. But that's where the black men learned it from. They learned from their mama. Their mama be on that shit first. And so if that nigga is a manipulator, is a liar, is vindictive, if he doing all that, he learned it from his mama, which was on drugs. That nigga might not even be on drugs, but just because he learned from a woman who was on that shit, the waves fell on him.
Man.
Ooh.
Joe.
But we gotta move on.
Okay.
Joe, we appreciate that.
Indeed.
And Mr. Torrey, we appreciate that. And Gary, you need to do more studying. And Evan, let's talk a little louder.
All right, what's next, Mike? What's on the agenda?
Why can men take their side kids to their functions with their wife or their girlfriend? We talking about the holidays. Why most men cannot take their kids with them?
Because they didn't lie to them. They done lied to the woman. I mean, shit, the wife probably didn't even know he had a side chick, you know what I'm saying?
Kid.
Yeah, he didn't even know he had no kids and a side chick. So just by you lying, well, she said you got to be up front from the beginning. A man got to be up front from the beginning to see if that woman was down with it or not. So if you got to sit there and you got to sneak, or if you can't bring your kids around and that topic come up, it's because you wasn't being real. And you're not a real man from the beginning.
But wait a minute, but that's how we really started this thing about saying side pieces, right?
Yeah.
On that we was comfortable with side pieces, right?
But now the situation,
right?
Now see, that's two different things.
But what if the side piece get pregnant? That's what it's coming down.
That's
to.
The problem.
What if she get pregnant
That's
and
problem.
then she have a baby? And then when she had a baby, why you can't take it around her people?
I mean, he wasn't being real.
But why you can't take the kid around her people?
Because he wasn't being real. He gonna look fake.
Once again, I'm asking you because y'all was cool with, yeah, let's do this. But why you can't take it around?
That's gonna mess up his image.
I don't think that's the problem. The problem is understanding. If we getting this stuff together and whatever happens, we F up. Guess what happens? We gotta deal with these problems. But one thing you do if you're dealing with a grown up, hold up, you're dealing with a grown woman, you deal with a grown man. Hey, we messed up. Ain't these kids' fault. So therefore, if I communicate with her, if she's not comfortable with it, okay, my kid don't have to come now. But if she was straight with her parents, I was straight with my parents, and we both came to understanding. They know, parents know. Hey, y'all went out there, y'all messed up, but it ain't those kids' fault. Therefore, it's all about respect at the end of the day. If they good with it, I don't mind bringing my kid. But if they not good with it, hey, you gotta go with your mama. You know what I'm saying? But I know different situations like that where that happen, and that grandma embraced that kid the same way she embraced the other kid. You know what I'm saying? Depending on, I say, maturity of what type of family you're dealing with. If you're dealing with majority of the families that go to church, they know about forgiveness. Once we got forgiveness, it's over and done with. But I can't hold that kid accountable for y'all action. But if you got these mugs fresh out the hood on them opioids, like my boy, what's his name say? Joe, they gonna act the fool. They gonna be messy, whispering around the dinner table, doing all that silly stuff. You hurting the kid more than you hurting anybody, because he gotta be around that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, wait a minute. Let me just ask all five of us this: what if it's the woman got pregnant and the man has to take the kid around his family?
Well, men ain't doing that.
No, we just saying because you know that can happen, right?
Yeah, but a man ain't doing that.
No, but some of them will do it.
They got some niggas that do that.
But this is
Yeah.
let me tell you about
the
that.
woman gets pregnant and then you still whatever because you really care for the lady.
Yeah, I
No.
Yeah, I knew player dudes.
No, there's something behind that little false representation that I love. For one, if that is accepted and a woman does that, a man ain't gonna never forget nothing. It's stored right there in the back of his head. That particular dude, he got it stored because he love her in the moment. And yeah, I'm dealing with my problems and my emotions, but he coming back around that block. He gonna spin that block and he gonna get her back. So yeah, I'm gonna go. Nah, I done seen it happen. I seen this happen.
That's what women do. She telling you from a woman.
I seen this. I seen two men do this. They accepted a woman who got pregnant outside of the marriage When it circled back around 2 years later, he backdoored, got another woman pregnant, and said it's your fault. He getting her back for something she did. I've seen two men do that. Two men do that. So a man ain't never just cool with his woman getting pregnant, and we just gonna go back to everything. He ain't never cool.
See, if they do that, that means if a dude do that means he learned from a woman.
Good point, Joe.
Personally, I think if that's the case, and you went back with that woman after, because I can't search my heart and say I could do it. I ain't ready.
Good point.
I can't search, but if a man does, man, that's love for you.
A man. Hold on. I'm gonna say this.
Okay.
A man can never handle the same hurt
Never.
a woman gave him.
I beg you.
Never.
Yeah, that's why I say I can't search my heart. I can't search my heart and say I'll be cool. Let me tell you something. You do that, it's gonna be some, but at the end of the day,
difference though.
There's a difference. But we built different.
Yeah.
We cutthroat.
Wait, man, that's all men do is forgive. That's all men do is forgive. Listen, that's all men do. Proof is in reality. Look at all these men that got hurt in America, got divorced. That's because of that doggone woman. Ain't got nothing to do with that man.
Talk about Kanye West.
Man,
they don't forgive.
That's my boy, man.
It's hard.
Being cheated on.
Men forgive.
Man don't forgive. Man. Tell me that. Why does a man don't forgive when he really set that lady back?
If she cheated on him,
but who take who to court?
Really?
Who take who to court then? If it's forgiveness, who normally take the person to court? The man or the woman? So that means that woman don't forgive. That man forgive.
If the man, if the
that
woman
man
cheated,
forgive.
if the woman cheated in her relationship and
he gonna still stay there. He gonna still stay there.
That man deep down has not forgiven that
nigga gonna still stay there.
But now, physically, very emotionally.
Yeah, but that you cheat on that woman.
Man, I'm not
everything that y'all said just now. She gonna go back around and cheat on that nigga, and then come back and say, "You made me do this." See, that's the manipulation speech of women. You gotta listen to them. You gotta listen to the women. It ain't both ways. And I say, if it is both ways, it's because that dude learned from his mama. He learned from a woman somewhere that he liked, and he adopted her ways onto other women, manipulating, lying. That's because he learned from a woman.
Fathers, there was Rolling Stones, and they learned from their daddy
and his daddy learned from his mama.
From daddy learned from his daddy's daddy.
And they learned from their mama. And they learned from the mama. It goes back to the woman.
But let's look at this situation. Look at this situation, though. Let's look at this. What if the man...
I'm sorry to say this. I'm sorry to break you, bro. I'm sorry. But you got to look at the household when they took the man away. Who was raising the son to be that way towards these women? To act like that. To can't understand. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, Joe. But Joe, listen to this though. Look at this situation. And I've been guilty of this. Many men have been guilty of this. When you don't show that woman that mother attention, and you going around work, going to play with them women, ain't having sex with that woman, giving that woman what she need, and she go out and cheat on you. Are you man enough to say, you know what, that was on me? Because I ain't sure that I pushed her into that. Oh my God! You understand what I'm saying?
Not acceptable. What you saying, I hear what you're saying, but that's not register. That don't register with certain men if that's the case.
Sometimes we gotta do it.
Stay there.
I always say
deal with it. Don't worry about it.
That's the way it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be. Oh, well, you made me do it because you didn't show me no love and no affection. So I had no other choice. It's a double standard. And that goes to show you that men can't handle the same thing that a woman dishes out. It just proves her point. That men ain't strong.
Yeah, if they can't handle it, it's because he lied to her from the beginning. Everything starts from the beginning of that man. That's why the Bible is everything starts from the beginning. The Lord talk about the beginning. So when you met this woman, what did you tell this woman for you to end up being the way the question that you just said? Yeah. What did you tell her from the beginning for you to feel that way? Like, man, I gotta show her something. I gotta show her some affection, man. I gotta do this. Something that you said.
I work with this fool. You know, we told this woman. I said, man, if she did go cheat, she need to. The woman asked him, do you love her? He was cheating with the woman at work. Said, do you love her? You know what that fool said? Yeah, I love her. To his wife.
You talking about the side piece?
Yeah, he told her he loved the side piece. He loved the side piece. Hey, man, what the... I said, dog, end of the day, you know, it's the end that means everything. But selling some shit like that, dog, you know, you gotta have certain respect for your significant, even when you out here doing that dumb stuff. You know, it's not acceptable. Right. All this side piece of stuff is not acceptable.
It's not, bro.
Let's be real.
It's not.
But you know, as grown ups, we make these choices.
Why it really feel so good if it ain't acceptable?
Because it's bad.
It's a lack of self-control.
Bad feels good.
That is what it boils.
That's always it always go back to the beginning.
Bad feels good.
Right. And to the consequences.
Good. The consequences get
start having babies with the side piece.
Yeah.
And here comes child support. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The moment that child support eating your checkup and killing you.
You tell them I should put that on your stomach,
and
man. I don't know why. Listen.
It's sliding for the price of nothing. You don't win the work right now.
I told you, I should put that on your stomach, man.
You got $10 on you.
Yeah. I have a good time.
Yeah, man. Come on, man.
You got to take your woman out have a good time. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
Wait a minute. I gotta say this. Will you really stay with that man when that check $10? When you already married to him.
Yeah.
And then you find out he got 4 kids.
Oh, God damn.
Will you really stay with that man, or will you contribute your check to the
Well, not that you happen that way.
I want to know, will you contribute half of your check to that child support, or you won't get it? This ain't my
money. No, I'm gonna tell you yes, because this is when we talk about honoring vows.
I was just finna go into the
vows.
vows.
You know what I'm saying is when you honor vows, and they say from death do us part through sickness, health, from whatever. That means
that was from the beginning
that man has come into now. That becomes your responsibility.
That was from the beginning.
No, yes it is. No, this is why so many divorces. No,
that's right.
This is why so many divorces, because people are married for the wrong reason,
and they break the vow.
And they break their vows because the sex ain't good no more, the money ain't there no more, everything done dried up. But you made a vow and an oath before God that you gonna love through sickness and health, through death do us part, handicap, limping, and all. This is what you said.
Right.
This is what you said. And then people get mad when it's not fulfilled. No, it says through sickness.
Man, I want to talk about that. That's what I want to go.
But that's the days we living in right now.
What's reality versus what we supposed to be doing is opposite.
That stuff was done back in the 60s and on past reality. Because that's when, man, you had, like I was saying, them slaves had to deal with a lot. The people doing, white men sleeping with their old lady, and you got to sit there and say, that's my wife. And sit there and hold hands and be with her. That's a man, because you had to deal with that. And a woman had to be able to pick up and become a stronger woman and raise a family after she been going through all that. So the stronger the women came, it's like more time came, these women and men had different type of ways of being women. You know what I'm saying? It changed. So I think those women and men back there, those days dealt with so much, they were so strong and was able to make the marriage and make the family work through all that.
See, my grandmama used to cheat on my granddaddy. Boy, back in the 40s. Ooh.
Man, I'm telling you, watch that movie Fences. It'll break it all down.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Did you go watch it, Joe?
Fences,
I did watch it, Joe.
He did a lot of talking. That was Denzel Washington, right? Yeah. He did more talking than anything.
Well, you got to listen, Joe. You got to listen,
Jesus
Joe.
Christ. I watched it, man, but I'm like, man, my boy Denzel put on a talking.
Hey, man, it's just something came in my head. Can a woman take when a man brings her some type of disease after you?
And that's
that situationship, because I heard all us talking about this situationship.
Yeah.
But can a woman handle getting some type of disease? We ain't talking about that bad disease. We talking about like getting burnt or getting chlamydia. Can that woman deal with that man and accept him as the same?
If she care for that nigga, if she care for that dude, if she
cares, in the marriage, you taking all that off.
Yeah.
This is the point I'm making. That people not understanding. People can disagree with this all day long. You are in a marriage. You are in a covenant. You are as one. So you knew this man was a dirty dog. You knew he was promiscuous. I don't care what
you married a man.
No,
if you
that's my point. That's my point. And so guess what? You're gonna have to honor them vows. You gonna have to. A woman gonna have to restore her husband back. They talk about that in the word. Mm-hmm. So that means you knew he was promiscuous. You can't tell me you didn't know that man was loose. You can't tell me that. So if he out there bringing disease,
that's how he got you in on. Just saying.
Who?
That man.
As far as what? What you mean?
Hey.
You said that you really knew this nigga was a dirty dog.
Right.
You know it,
So
but
she,
that's how he got
that was
the
her,
woman
and right, and that was
Yeah.
her brokenness that's accepting herself to that though.
They love that kind of man
That
though.
her
They love them
brokenness and her unwillingness to heal is what attracted that type of man.
They love them type of
So
dudes.
now
They
you
love
with
them
this
dogs,
dude.
don't they, Joe?
No,
They love them
a
dogs,
woman that's
man.
not healed love them dogs. A woman who's not healed and don't know who she is love them
See,
dogs.
see,
Yeah.
a woman,
My point.
the women are afraid of that challenge, so they're gonna always say, "Oh, a man can't do this and can't do that." Why? Because if that man do this, I got a challenge and I gotta work for this motherfucker, man. If he got another woman, so they're gonna tell you everything about.
We are talking about the disease bringing back to the woman.
In the marriage,
Really bring it back to a man, because I watched a movie, I think a long time ago, about something hidden, whatever.
the woman can't handle it.
What
Answer
y'all
your
gotta
question.
say?
The woman can't
Look,
handle
y'all
it.
quiet over there and all that great.
I'm listening to every point. But yeah, I mean, it's with who the man, who the woman is.
Yeah.
What if you got something and you don't want to tell your wife, and plus you know how your wife you want to have?
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
you got something and you know it's.
First of all,
It's
why you
coming
ain't
out.
protecting yourself in the
That's
beginning?
first of all.
Because
First of all,
you
if you doing
That's
any
horrible.
kind of thing
That's
like that,
horrible.
you need to be protecting
That's horrible.
yourself at all
That's
costs.
horrible.
Especially if you know you got to go home to your wife.
Yeah, if you're gonna do it, why would you bring it home though?
But how can
Why?
how can you really say that when you got a dude like this?
Why you looking at me, man? No.
Well, he ain't no take no when you say put it on. No, baby, I don't want to put it on.
No.
6, 8
We
months.
talking about a lie.
But you're
Your
having
livelihood is at
multiple partners.
Yeah.
You
That's
should be
a lot of
trying.
multiple dudes
You
in the world
should be
that does
protecting
this.
yourself
Yeah.
at all costs.
Yeah.
It's too much
We
out
talking about
here
on
in these
the
streets.
drinks.
I don't
and the
care.
opioids.
It's too much stuff out here in these streets. So
Yeah.
you anybody to be out here willy-nilly and not wrapping themselves
Yeah,
up
rolling the
and
dice.
taking care
But
of
what is
themselves.
wrapping myself up when that thing slip when I'm drunk, Cole?
Yeah.
No, you're being careless. That's just being careless.
Yeah.
Irresponsible.
That's just-
Irresponsible
that's
careless.
just
you
that-
cause-
that's
you open up
just-
a whole other can of worms when you start doing
That's
that.
your sins catching up to you. Because at the end of the
Yes, it
day,
is.
you gotta know if you the situationship or whatever you got going on.
Y'all
No, I ain't gave you my answer now. I don't know about this.
Yeah. Situationship.
Yeah.
Well, you tell yourself, I love this nigga.
Yeah, but Mike, that's
We're not
good.
talking about
But-
that.
But everybody, no, what I said is when the condom come off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
When the condom come off and you got a situation and then you got to bring that home to that man. And when you bring that home, the man bring that home to that woman.
Yeah.
He got to cross his legs at night because
Yeah.
he's so aggressive. Give me some of that.
No, if she love his dirty draws, man, if he that masculine man and he did something like that, and they do that, she gonna still stay with his ass. I had angels
That's
like
all
that.
I want to hear.
Okay, that's it. She still gonna stay down. Even that dude, he'll stay down with her ass if he care.
Yeah.
He love her so much.
You can't
I don't know about
trust
dude
that
will stay there.
situation.
That dude will stay there.
Because look, once
He's
you
packing ass heifer.
What if the woman bring it to you?
man, look, that's
Okay, you say.
I could, man, look, that's a good question.
You stay.
But damn, if I was doing good, man, if I wasn't out there in them streets and I was straight up with this woman, damn, I'm gonna have to go leave her about 2 months. I gotta go.
He'll be back.
I'm gonna leave. I gotta get my head together. That's my wife.
He'll be there.
He'll
be there.
A man is not can't handle with the woman.
That's what it is.
I might be weak. I don't give a damn. That's something I got. If that was my wife, I gotta get away from you 2 months. Let me get my head together. That woman I was just messing with. Oh hell no, I ain't mess with you no more because you violated our trust. You know, if I wasn't going out sleeping with different women, and then you go out there, you just wanted that night to mess with somebody different, and he gave you something you gave to me.
That's why it's consequences.
Yeah, it's consequences.
You lay down with somebody that's not your husband or your wife.
Yeah.
You really playing Russian roulette if you not
Yeah.
protecting yourself.
Yeah.
You playing Russian roulette on, hey, I'm gonna let these cars
fall with it. Yeah.
That's irresponsible because we already outside of the lines of marriage. Now you gonna on top of that add more insult to injury.
Yeah.
Like you really don't care about yourself or the person that you even dealing with.
Exactly.
It all go back, like I said, it all go back to the beginning of that man first. It all started with that dude first, man. What are you telling these women? Majority of them dudes be lying, man.
Yeah,
They not gonna be real. That's what I'm saying. That's why a man got to be up front from the beginning to save himself from all these side pieces getting caught and all this here, man. If you that type of dude like me, I mean, I'm not gonna date one woman, but I'm waiting on the Lord. He said there's 70, a complete of women gonna come at one time. I'm waiting on that. So that's why I let every woman know what I'm about. If dude ain't telling her what he's about, that's the problems you're gonna get.
Joe, you be telling women you want waiting for 3 women?
Oh man, more than that. God, I mean, shit, I want a nation of children. I want to do the will of the Lord. I want to do the will. So I mean, in this realm, I want as many women as the Lord can bless because I have the wisdom and knowledge.
You know, them women out here, they loose.
Hey, but you gotta use your mind, your spirit, man. You can't just get any old chick. They gonna come to us. They gonna come to me. I'm not going to them. They gonna come to me.
That's know what that happens. I can say, hey Joe, let me take a picture of the family.
Hey man, nah, I don't know, cause I don't play house. I don't play date. Yeah, I don't do that. If it ain't no group of women, man, they can keep learning and playing with these hoes till they figure it out.
Joe say he won't trip.
If it's 5 or more,
5, 3. It get started with 3. We get started with that. But if they ain't ready for it, they got to keep playing with these hoes till they figure it out. And I mean, these dudes, them hoes, them lost niggas, eventually they don't get tired of playing with them. They gonna be like, man, you know what? We're gonna go get a man of the law, a man of wisdom.
Joe, we gotta move you to that West Coast state,
man. It's gonna happen out here too. It's gonna happen everywhere. The Lord gonna raise up them women. It might not be this generation of women, but it's gonna be a generation of women where the Lord gonna do it. And these women are not the Lord. They just talk.
Well, we gonna finish this off with the word. Miss Latoya came up with this deal about this holiday season.
Grief.
So it all best grief. Because all of us got grief. Something going on in our life.
All of us do. Like I always tell people to be mindful of everybody's situations because I deal with a lot of different attitudes. So you never know what a person is going through on that day, that hour, that minute. So just be mindful of how you approach and talk to people.
Here.
Grief.
Chilling.
Well, man, grief. I look at it like this. You know, I'm a good person. I don't just stir the pot or disrespect anybody around me. I always be, a good, respectful man. But, dealing with grief, I mean, you gotta know know what you got here as far as your kids, your family, and why you gotta stay strong and deal with anything. I tell people, they say dealing with mental health and all those type of issues that y'all remember, find something that motivates you to stay. Like I got my kids, so I got to better myself every day just to be a better father and to be on this earth for them. If I cower out, let this depression and all this stuff pile up on me, I'm defeated and I'm not there for them. And at the end of the day, I might leave them where they deal with the same, depression and stuff as well. So I think you deal with grief, just like read your Bible, stay positive, look for new things to do. Look for new people to hang out, people that's gonna keep you motivated and going. So that's the main thing, dealing with grief.
Well, I say this, man, I mean, the Lord put grief on everybody on the earth, man. That's just part of life. Grief, sadness, pain, hurt, whatnot. But when it starts to become an addiction, that's where the problem comes in it. Because, like I say, everybody gonna have some type of grief, some type of problem. But when it's 365 days a year, you grieve every damn day, it means you have a drug addiction. Period.
What? Like, what is that?
Yeah, them drug-headed people, man, they grieve all day, everything make them grieve, man. Even if it starts snowing, anything make them grieve. The tissue fell on the floor. Oh, they grieving about that, man. You gonna go to jail, man, because of that? They just negative all damn day, just grieving and negative, man, because they have a drug addiction, opiate addiction, I'll say, heroin.
Man,
that's it. That's that grief. in the hoods that we getting tired of. We getting tired of these people just grieving every day because they have a drug addiction, but they make up every excuse saying that this is the reason why they grieving. No, you have that drug addiction. Every time I see your ass, you always grieving about something. You ain't never positive. You drug-headed ass motherfucker, you.
You both was a motherfucker, dog.
Yeah, man. Shit, man. That's why the Lord said here's the patience and the faith of the saints, man. He revealing it at the end about these drugs. I blame everything on the fucking drugs. I don't blame it on alcohol. I blame every fucking thing on them drugs. Everything on them opiates. Period. Even being a homosexual. I blame that on the drugs, man. Then they be grieving too, but they be on that shit. That's the reason why you grieving, because you took that shit and you let that man ram you in your ass. Now you grieving because you pissed off and you got a drug addiction. All of them.
Oh, damn, boy, I'm telling you, but
Mr. Latoya, you wanna
so
this grief?
just when dealing with grief, I think something that's much so reality and prevalent. You know, people dealing with grief, dealing with seasonal grief, dealing with long term, the different stages of grief that people don't never deal with. You know, sometimes if it's a loss of a loved one, it can be material things, it can be whatever the case may be. I think the main thing, and this is just through personal experience, and I'm gonna say, is that sometimes, because he made mention about, you know, doing things and spending time with other people that's gonna keep you uplifted. But what about when your body is having a traumatic response to a grieving moment? What I mean by that, like when my mother passed in 2018 in February, she died tragically. I was there. She died in my arms. So I experienced the whole totality of it happening. And so I was able to get up and move forward, be around friends and talk with people. But what happened was when that day came around, closer to that anniversary date, my body started having a reaction to something. And I didn't know what it was. So I was around people and I was being intentional about being happy. I didn't even think about the dates, but my body was responding to a traumatic event in my life. So now I'm wondering why I'm sleeping, you know, why I can't, you know, why I'm not really interested in doing things anymore. And then it wasn't until about 2 years later, I realized it was around the same date and month of when she passed away. So my body was having, and after I really did research on it, figure out my body was going through a post-traumatic stress disorder situation that I didn't even realize it. Man. So you have people who are grieving loss and not even aware that they even grieving the loss, and not really knowing how to cope with it. And that's why now during the months of October, November, December is when things get really heightened because people start having these reactions to what's going on in their lives, and they don't know how to cope with it. They don't know how to deal with it. And then all of a sudden, we got all these influx of clients. If you're doing counseling, because now we at this place where this is happening, and then they turn to the drugs because they don't know how to cope, and they don't have professionals on the scene. So then they start using coping mechanisms like drugs and alcohol to get people going, and women and men.
So
I think grief is serious.
Yeah, it is. It is
very much. Joe?
Yeah.
You finna end us with these 4 type of women. Joe, you got 3.5 minutes.
Okay, but I would like to say, though, like the scripture say that in the death, a wise man cries for 7 days, but a fool all his life. Just Google it. In the Wisdom of Solomon. Anyway, the 4 types of women, according to the scriptures. I mean, it's according to reality. You have your virgin, you have the woman or wife, then you have the whore, and you have the widow. Virgin, wife, hoe, widow. So that virgin is a woman that's pure. Her vagina ain't been popped open yet. She ain't bleeding. So if that woman ain't bleeding and she tell you, I just didn't bleed because I was born like that. Well, you get rid of that motherfucking lying ass bitch because somebody done popped that cat open somewhere. Maybe she was a baby when they popped it open because the Lord designed it to bust open and bleed. That's the way the Lord designed it. So if it ain't designed to do that, if she ain't doing that, get rid of her ass. She's a liar. Then you got the wife. That's the wife or a woman. So if you're a woman, that means you somebody done bust your cherry. So now you're a wife or you're a woman. That's what make you a woman. It's when that man busts you open. Okay? Now you got that hoe. Now he done bust that cat open. Now you out there, you want us, oh, I want to try some new dangling now. Which women don't think like that. It all goes with emotions on how the dude act. The reason why they start playing the harlot. Because the nigga complain a lot, he weak, he argue a lot, he's dumb, just a stupid dude, so he weak. She just, I mean, it ain't just about no weak, just mentally weak. So she go and fuck, have sex with other dudes. That's a hoe. Then you got that widow. Her husband died. That was the only man that she been with. That was the only man that busted open. Finally, he died. She ain't got no more husband. She's free to marry again. That's what make her a widow. But they defile that widowhood and become hoes and still rely on being a widow. I mean, you a stripper. You out there fucking, making money, but you still throwing out, oh, I'm a widow, as if somebody gonna feel sorry for you. But you fucking everybody. How you gonna be a widow and you still having sex with everybody? You're not a widow no more. You're a hoe. A widow is a woman who don't have sex no more after her husband died and she wait for the next man. That's what a widow is. The hoes, they just go and fuck whoever the hell they want to fuck. Why they still got a man? Now they married to this dude from the beginning. So marriage meaning, this is what marriage is according to the Lord. When you bust that cherry open, when you pop it open and she bleed, that's now your wife. Period. If she don't bleed, she belong to some other man. That's what consummates the marriage. Not no signing no papers, man. Damn. I know you got something on it. I go all day.
Oh man.
Thank everybody for coming out. Thank these 4 beautiful people for coming out.
Boy, Joe just taught me something, man.
He tells you something.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do my research.
Hey man,
Now,
do
my research on
this channel,
opioids, man. But look, man.
Hey, the Lord is with this channel over here, man. Yeah, research is beautiful. That's how it's supposed to be. Hey, it's beautiful.
Y'all women stay off these drugs. That's what I tell you.
Ooh,
straight up,
man. Get it out the back.